lot of things.
Can we talk about...
Tesla died January 6, 1943. He died in his bed in New York Hotel. Immediately thereafter, May came in hours later and found out he was dead. And they called the FBI and the police and blah, blah, blah. Well, the point is that Tesla had given annual interviews to New York Times, New York Herald Tribune on his birthday about a new weapon this and a space shield and all kind of fucking Star Wars stuff in those days, in the 20s and 30s. And I have some of his private correspondence. He actually offered these defense weapons to the United States, to Canada, to Great Britain. And he wanted like $7 billion or something to build a whole goddamn thing to have a shield against any invading aircraft or rocket or whatever. And everybody thought he was nuts. He was talking to artillery people and the government, literally. They had no idea what this was all about. So when he died, though, we were in the middle of a war, right? 1943. The FBI took all of his documents. And the reason I know this is years later, I was asked by his executor, which is his nephew, who was the ambassador, the Yugoslav ambassador to Washington, to try to get back the papers from the government of Tesla. And we worked at it for 2 years, and they used me because I could talk the lingo of these idiots from the government. And we got the stuff and it was all shipped back and put in the museum in Belgrade. But the government, and I know the guy who was in charge, I know the 2 FBI guys who are still alive, believe it or not, and they gave me some of the papers that they stole themselves. Like, oh, I like this paper. So that was saved. Tesla discovered ways of making objects disappear. This we know. I know a guy who was from DuPont who was in charge of Navy battery construction and testing. And what they found out, they'd have batteries as big as this thing to run for submarines. That's what they did. And they had certain requirements that they had to, when they threw the switch and shorted out the 2 poles of the battery, all the plates and the electrodes and everything had to withstand the surge of 100,000 amperes. That's an awful lot of juice, right? So they would short this thing, and it was all set up in a way that nobody could get hurt. And they found out if there was a wrench left in a room or some piece of metal, it would suddenly vanish. Now this is ordinary workers, DC batteries, and so on. Now Tesla did the same, and they found out that metal was levitate and a lot of other things.